Hello everyone, I am Aishu Sharma, Data Science and Business Analytics intern at the Spark Foundation. So, I came here with my first task, which is prediction using supervised machine learning, in which our goal is to predict the percentage of an students based on the number of study hours. And in this, we use linear regression. And we are using here the Python programming language to implement our code. Now, let us take a look on our data set. So, this is our data set in which we have two variables. First one is hours and the second one is the scope. Now, come to the task. So, this is our task. As we discussed earlier, our objective is to train the machine learning model and to predict the percentage of the student based on their study hours. So let's get started. Here, firstly, we have to import some libraries which are required for data analysis and data visualization. Now, here we first import pandas as PD, numpy as NP, and matplotlib. Matplotlib is basically used for data visualization. Now, after importing all the required libraries, the step second is to import the data set. Now, here we are using the given link from which we are importing our data. Now, here we use pandas library to import our data. Here we write pd.read CSV because the dataset is in CSV format. So after importing our data using pandas library, we can also view our data using the head function. The head function returns the first n specified rows from the data set. And if we do not specify the number of rows, then it will return first 5 rows by default. As we can also see here, we didn't give any argument in this head function, so it will by default gives the first 5 rows of our data set. Now, our next function is the tail function, which will return the last 5 rows of our data set. Now, after viewing our data, we can visualize our data to better understand our data set. For this purpose, we use the matplotlib matplot library. So from here we can see the scattered plot, which gives us the clear picture of relationship between the scores and hours of study. From here we can observe a positive linear correlation indicating that as the number of hours increases, the scores also increases. So after reviewing this visualization, we can say that here we can use the linear regression because um, here we are using two variables, which is the scores and the hours of study, and there is a linear relationship between these two. So here we can train our model using the linear regression model. Now, after visualizing our data, we have to split our data for the training and testing purpose. And before splitting the data into the training and testing data sets, we have to divide the data into two attributes and labels, which is the independent variables and the dependent variables. Here, the independent variable is x and the dependent variable is y, which is score. So, after dividing our data into independent and dependent variables, um, we can now split our data into two two parts. One is for the training purpose and second is for the testing purpose. And from for this purpose, we are using the library train test split from the sklearn.model selection. So after splitting our data, we now ready to train our linear regression model. So for this purpose, we import the linear regression from the sklearn.linear model. After importing the library, we can fit our model using our training dataset. So after fitting our model using the training dataset, we now plotting the regression line to better understand our model. So from here we can see the blue dot represents the actual data points and the red line represents the linear regression line fitted by the model. Now, after plotting this regression line, we can make predictions using the training data set. Now, for this prediction, uh, we can um, we can write model dot predict, and in argument we can take the training data set, which is x test. Now, after executing this code, we will get the predicted output, which is the scores based on the given data. Now we are comparing the actual output with the predicted output. So here we have the actual value and we have also the value which are predicted. Now we from here see the differences between the actual and the predicted values. Now we are predicting the score of a student which is study 9.25 hours. So our prediction is that his estimate score is 95.82. So after this predictions, we can evaluate the performance of the model. For this purpose, we are importing the matrix from sklearn and calculate the mean absolute error. Now, mean absolute error is simple yet powerful metric used to evaluate the accuracy of the regression model. Here, our result is 5.3644, which indicates an average measure of how far the model predicts from the actual target value. That's all about the prediction model. Thank you.